here we go. Welcome everybody to our webinar today. We call these the concrete classifieds. We're changing it up this week, doing a little bit different. We're having the USPS team join us here today. We're super excited. Little bit of background for y'all on who joins these calls. So this is our entire member base between our Atlanta and our Dallas locations, and we record them. So all future locations can also review these down the road as well. So just keep that in mind. And our members are, anyone in our space, in our warehouse space who are renting from us, having, products going in and out, like very much applicable to what y'all do. Pretty much all of them are shipping something in some shape or form. Probably only 5% have office space without warehouse. And so super relevant to hear from y'all. And I would say close to 80% are using the post office in addition to some other carrier, or maybe even just on its own. I would love if y'all could go around and just give brief intros on who you are. And for everyone on the line, Ron is going to be presenting, but we do have people here from Atlanta and Dallas, and I think even some people for the Seattle team as well. So if y'all can just tell us who you are, I would love to start there.
Awesome. Thanks. Well, I guess I'll start. I am Ron Williams with the Postal Service here in Dallas. I am a commercial accounts rep. Internally, I'm called a senior field sales rep or a sales executive generalist, but I prefer consultant because that's more what I do. I've been at the post office for 14 years. I've been in this position for about 3, but before this, I was actually a business development specialist or a small business consultant like the rest of my team. So I have a passion for the small business. I think that Katie can attest to the fact that I'm very dedicated to making sure that the postal relationship and the postal interactions are above and beyond what a customer could possibly get without having the knowledge of who we are or in this in the company. I think we're kind of like the best hidden secret inside the company, and I wanted to make sure that going forward, Saltbox, and I would love to do it for everybody, but at least Saltbox can have all this right at their fingertips. Because I think just talking to Maxwell and Katie and the team, they share the same passion that we as a small business, and of course even me as a commercial accounts rep, they have the same passion we have for their members. And so I want them to know that they have a like-minded partner moving forward. So that's my story. We'll start with, I guess we'll go with Jenny. Jenny, you?
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Jenny Yu. I am the business development specialist for the Texas One. And I have been in this position since this program did begin. So I'm really excited. I do have passion working with business customer, also watching them grow, and try to be there and pretty much listen to their business needs. So I'm looking forward, been really excited with Saltbox, looking forward to grow with them as well. Thank you for having us today.
Great, thank you.
And I'll introduce my counterpart, Anthony Sanchez.
Hello everyone, my name is Anthony Sanchez. I'm also a business development specialist. I'm also an e-commerce mailer like yourselves. I have my own website and my own products. So I'm in the same position as many of you are. I specialize in shipping and mailing. So I'm here to help. We're here to assist you, make your business more seamless and more profitable. And I'll pass this on to our counterpart, Ms. Maria Nunez.
Hello, my name is Maria Nunez, and I am here with Jenny and Anthony. And yes, I've been with the Postal Service for almost 20 years now. And I really enjoy it. I believe in the organization. It's great. And I'm also bilingual. So I love speaking Spanish to all of our new entrepreneurs that are coming in. And a lot of them, like Ron said, they have no idea we are like a hidden secret. They don't, they're not really familiar with a lot of the stuff that the post office can do and can provide. So I'm excited here. And I do see that there's a lot of Spanish-speaking customers out there. So I'm excited and thank you for letting us be part of Saltbox. And now I'll give it back to Ron.
Oh, you're still muted, Ron.
You got me?
Yep.
How about that? You
Great.
got me now? Okay, I'm
Yep.
just trying to avoid the echo. I'm trying to mute as I talk and as I don't talk. Okay, so the real purpose of this meeting, not only to introduce the Dallas team, is to also introduce your Georgia team. We can start with anybody over there who would like to take the lead. I'm not real familiar with them, so I don't want to introduce them. So however you guys want to have the hierarchy, go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's a little, you
Yeah.
sound a little far away.
You're muted.
Okay, how about now? Better?
Great, that's perfect.
Okay, it's only because of my computer, the way it's situated in the office, but nevertheless, and I'm sorry if you can't, you'll see my back because of it. I apologize. I don't think there's a better way to do it either. I'm Julie Hayes. It's quite a day today, and we're so excited to have you on board. We've been rushing around just to make sure that this meeting will happen with our Georgia team. We are the great state of Georgia district. We are looking forward to having you on our team, and just really looking forward to the business and how we can help meet your needs and exceed your expectations. It's all about customer service here in the great Georgia district. And I have a wonderful team that will help support you in all of this. And I'm going to start off with Jeff Byer. Go ahead, Jeff.
Hi, Leslie. My name's Jeff Byer.
Hi.
I've been in business development for about a year. I've only been with the Postal Service for about 4.5, almost 5 years now. I came from the outside. I have a lot of industry experience with UPS, FedEx, and DHL. But helping you out with your small business needs, I certainly look forward to it. And bringing in some of my experience from the outside field, I think will certainly be able to benefit not only your location, but be able to help the post office be able to better serve your needs. So thank you very much.
Great. Thank you. Anyone else? So I wanted to just say thank you guys so much for like scrambling to make it work, and so appreciative that you take the time to be with us today. With that in mind, I just wanted to give a shout out to Katie Conley, our Texas, well, she's Dallas, but let's be real, she's the whole state right now. She's our community operations manager there, and she's the one who really facilitated the whole partnership with the small business group. And so just, I think, a testament to how much we care about our members. We're always looking for things that we can do to improve things for y'all. So just thank you to her. And Ron, if you'd like to go ahead and proceed, we can start with maybe some brief intro on things, and then let our members jump in with some questions.
Okay, can you get me now? Yeah.
There's an echo.
We're going back and forth here. So we were here at the Dallas team, we were kind of debating on how we were going to present today. And instead of, I didn't feel like this is probably the proper place to do like a PowerPoint presentation. I feel like it's more of an introduction. I don't want it to be stuffy. Nothing about Saltbox is stuffy, and we want to have that same, air about us as well. So basically, as a consultant, our job is to advocate for your business in any way that we can to help it either grow, take the next step, be more profitable, those types of things. So we really kind of just wanted to introduce your Atlanta or your Georgia team, introduce your Dallas team, and then take any questions that any of you guys may have from a small business perspective.
Great.
Again, we're one of those secrets that the post office has that most people don't know about. And so we want to let you know and make you feel like that, hey, we are here for you. I mean, I'm literally in your building. These guys will probably be the same way. We want to be here for you, be your advocate, and any questions you have, this is a great time to put them out. Things that are logistically, whether it's an Atlanta question, then we have those guys here to answer, because we are the post office, but everybody knows that everything runs kind of differently depending on where you are, even though the basics of it are the same, but it may run a little differently there as it does here. So we wanted to let you know that, hey, we're here. Any questions you have about your business, about the Postal Service, we're here to answer those questions. And we have a panel of experts who can, answer them and help you with any query you might have. So we open it up to you guys.
Yeah, is there anyone on the line right now that has a question they'd like to ask? And if not, I have some prompts ready. So Angela has a question. She's one of our members in our Atlanta office. I'm going to go ahead and allow her to talk. You'll see her pop up on this screen once she's enabled. I think you should be good, Angela. There we go.
There we go. Hi, very nice to meet you. My name is Angela Hawkins. I am.
Oh, shoot. Sorry, one second. I cut you off, Angela. I'm so sorry. Can you start again? I apologize. Okay. I did not mean to do that to you.
That's okay. I've already talked too much.
Yeah, you're cut off.
Okay, my name is Angela Hawkins. I'm the owner and founder of Bamboo, and I'm located in the Atlanta area, working out of Saltbox. Happy member since December of 2020. First, I want to say I do consider the U.S. Postal Service to be a partner in business with me. I think as of December, when I moved into Saltbox, I noticed a significant difference in the reliability of the service. But before that, I was with a 3PL who was using USPS as the primary shipper, and I think we could all agree that Christmas, the holidays, was a nightmare.
Yes.
I think what was most frustrating for me as a business owner was, where do we go? What do we do? My thought was that my direct partner, or my direct my person to direct my concerns with was the 3PL, but they were so overwhelmed that they didn't have a direct way to follow through on issues that I was having with shipments that were lost with USPS. So at that point, I just kept trying to press her to find out what options do small business have, because I understand larger businesses can go to larger departments and be able to have their questions answered, but what do we have? So now, Ron, you had mentioned that you all are a best kept secret. So what is that secret, and what is the process that us small business owners could use to better be able to navigate this very complex system when it comes to our small businesses that mean a big deal?
Okay, so that's kind of a, I'm gonna see how we can answer this. So there's a couple ways now that you are connected with Saltbox and you'll have your Atlanta team. I would encourage, and I'm sure they'll be out as well, you'll have a group of sales reps that'll probably be out to visit you guys. I always encourage customers I deal with to call me. I know a lot of people don't like to do that. They rather customer call consumer affairs in their district, 1-800-ASK-USPS. That's probably the best route in most cases, but when you have someone on the inside and they're willing to take your call and kind of help your query, then that's the way I would recommend going. I know during this past peak season, it was pretty bad. There was a lot of delays and a lot of items kind of out in a black hole. Yeah. And there was really no answer that was going to be satisfying to anybody, whether it was me asking on your behalf or you asking on your, for yourself. We were all kind of at the mercy of the confluence of all the things that were going on, whether it was COVID, whether it was the huge impact of a massive amount of packages that we weren't anticipating getting, not only just from e-commerce shopping, but a lot of the other carriers, UPS, FedEx, DHL, dumped a lot on our laps. So it doesn't necessarily answer your question, but it's kind of gives you an idea of what all took place. I think hopefully you're seeing that we're kind of coming out of that. I think they're putting some processes in place to make this peak season a lot smoother and hopefully, I use the term seamless. I'm hoping that's what we're getting close to. There's some processes being in place, but I would say the best option, besides calling the 1-800 numbers, if you do make contact whenever the reps come, whether it's your BDS or whether it's a sales rep, get their information and ask them, hey, if I have a missing package or if I have something that looks like it's delayed, do you mind if I reach out to you? Most of us will tell you no problem at all.
Okay. Yeah, and I definitely feel like there's a difference now from what I saw during that period of time. I am 100% in lockstep with every package that I have in your system right now, which is a really good feeling. But you did touch briefly on that there are some processes that are going to be put in place so that the next holiday season doesn't look like last. I know that we've all learned a lot post-COVID, with the amount of shipments, with the processes and which shippers are dumping into USPS. So is there going to be a communication point maybe to some of the businesses to let us know what is different? What can we expect that would be different from last year? Whether it's, the holiday shipping season is going to start a lot earlier, whether it's allow 14 days as opposed to 10 days, like what kind of communication points are they going to be out there so that we can better inform our customers and maybe schedule our shipping and our holiday traffic around what changes are going to be implemented?
Yeah, I think a lot of that communication will be sent through the USPS.com website. I know a lot of e-commerce shippers don't necessarily use our website to ship through, but it's always good to have an account on there. So a lot of communication will go that way. I think setting up the monthly meetings with the local BDSs and the sales teams, you'll also have a lot of information disseminated to you at those monthly meetings. When we arrive at the Saltbox, as we get the information, we'll be able to give it to you guys first before it maybe even hits the website. I think one of the major things, not only are we, let's knock on wood, say that we're coming out of the COVID pandemic like it was last year, but I think you're going to see a lot more. We should have a little better staffing this year. We kind of got caught off guard last year. We had a lot of staff that wasn't able to work because of the virus, and then of course people were afraid to work. So I think this year we should see, and we've already seen a lot of more employees being hired, a lot more new hire classes. So I think we're going to be well stocked, and we already have an idea of what really bad would look like. So we'll be prepared for extremes. With the surplus employees and transportation and things of that nature, we'll have it ready to go.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
Any other questions? I saw Tevin had a question earlier. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and unmute Tevin Holiday. He's also one of our Atlanta members.
Awesome.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for hopping on this call. I've been trying, well, I actually haven't made an attempt, but I definitely needed to get on the call with USPS. I guess my question is just very simple. What is a way we could just get lower costs on the shipping? Would that be like reaching out to the sales team, or how would you go about that? Just based on volume. Do you guys offer a volume discount?
Well, that's a little bit of a process. You would probably need to contact whichever rep just visits your facility. But I would ask you what kind of quantity are we talking?
I actually don't have a number on top of my head. I know we spent over like near $250,000 last year.
Oh wow!
Shipping.
So I will give you a little behind the scenes as far as the way post office goes and negotiated rates. So the post office doesn't necessarily, this is not going to make sense what I'm going to say. They don't necessarily care about the money that you spend with us. They care more about the amount or the number of packages that you ship with us. So normally, in a normal scenario, if you're shipping 50,000 or more priority packages, or packages that would fall in a priority realm. So let's say you're using FedEx or UPS, but those packages could be turned over to priority. Then you could have a conversation about negotiated rates. I will tell you the negotiated rate process or a contract process is long and tedious. I would say a best case scenario, you're looking at 2 months to get it done, because there's a lot of analysis about where you're shipping your packages, what the dimensions are, what kind of service you're looking to use. There's a bunch of things that go into that. But if, if you have a certain size package that fits within a cubic, foot, and it goes to, certain zones, then yes, they will have the negotiated rate conversation with you. On the other side, there is anything that you would ship first class or under a pound, you would have to have a minimum of 1 million packages a year to even start that conversation. Because first class pricing, we don't necessarily control. It's a Congress controls the pricing on that. So there's really not much wiggle room as far as the pricing goes on first class. However, there may be some other options that your sales rep could talk to you about that you could utilize and still have the Postal Service that could reduce some costs for those lightweight items. It's just a matter of having that conversation with the sales rep. I will tell you, one of the things that the first conversation that you have with the sales rep, they're going to ask you is we need PLD. And PLD is package level detail. So you're going to need to be able to pull your data for a certain period of time, your shipping data, with the weights, the zones, the dimensions, and the service that you used in that time period, and be able to give that to us to allow us to do an analysis. That's going to be the first conversation that you're going to have. But it is possible. But it is a
process.
It is a process. I will also tell you this. There are some things, believe it or not, you may already have the ability to turn on a few items. It depends on what kind of shipping software you use. That could save you some money if you do ship items that are smaller but maybe dense. And that's a conversation that you could have with your sales rep. If for some reason here pretty quickly you don't have a rep in Atlanta and you just want some answers, you're more than welcome to call me. The pricing is across the board. We all know the same things. I can at least give you some basic idea of what you're looking at and which direction to go, and see if I can engage someone from my end through Atlanta if for some reason you're not unable to have those conversations.
Awesome, appreciate that.
Hey, no problem, anytime.
If I may interject as well, Ron, I wanted to say we're being quiet, but we're not isolated. There's 3 business development specialists here in Atlanta, and we do want to get engaged. And it doesn't
Awesome.
have to be a contract pricing. We have affiliate software that can integrate with your Shopify, Wix, whatever your e-commerce platform is. It's not going to be contract pricing discounts, but there are commercial base pricing that we can offer you. So we can have that conversation. We do have reps for every area. So we'll get that. If you can send us your information, we'll take care of you. That's what our whole job is. That's the purpose of the call, introduce ourselves. And that was a great question. That's what we do for a living. So,
there you go.
Yeah, Tevin,
Just
I'll
to piggyback off of Sanford's comment, I was waiting for Sanford to introduce himself. That's why I didn't jump ahead. But I am Tasha Robinson, and I'm also a part of the Atlanta team. I recently transitioned over to the team, but I've been with the Postal Service a long time, very long time. And I've been a BDS for 2.5 years.
Well, thank you.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
To piggyback on that question, about rates and all of that, just to clarify, or just about, finding an answer for rates or anything else that they may have. To clarify, the people who are on the call today, are y'all people that our members can reach out to directly, or are you more contacts for Saltbox itself and setting up routes and things like that?
no, we are direct contacts for customers.
Okay, great, perfect.
Absolutely.
Great, okay. I just wanted to, in case there was any confusion on the line, I just wanted to make sure everyone was aware of that.
No,
Correct.
absolutely, Leslie. We will qualify the customer. If it's over a certain dollar point, we'll give it to the right sales rep and we'll expedite it to the best of our ability. Absolutely.
And this may be something Anthony could help answer, but one of the questions that I hear sometimes when people are giving tours, I should have introduced myself better to y'all. Everyone on the call already knows me, but I have member experience. So really anything that touches the members from the point, right after they tour through whenever they leave and go on somewhere else, if that happens. When I hear stuff on tours, a lot of times people will ask, like, how do I get set up? you know, with the Postal Service? What are like the things that I need to do to get my business up and running? A lot of the members that come to us are very new in their business. So most of them have not formally set anything up yet. Some have, but it's like on a small scale. So they're looking to kind of grow and scale. So if you guys could give a little bit of insight for, you know, the top like 3 things you recommend doing when a new business needs to, you know, figure out how to set up an account with the post office and get going.
Absolutely, Leslie. So the number one thing is scale. You got a thermal printer and obviously an e-commerce platform, whether it's their own website or it's Shopify or it's an Amazon account, whatever it is, they have those 3 ingredients. We take care of the rest. They want to work with you. You call us. We'll give it to Tasha, Jeff, and myself. We'll do the qualification. We'll ask them their volume, their size, their product, what they're shipping, hazardous, etc., dimension. Do they have their own packaging? Do we need to offer them the free priority boxes? What boxes can they use? We'll go through all of that. You know, what integration piece do we need to offer? And then we'll just take it from there. So as long as they're ready to start and they have some way of measuring their products after it's packaged and a way to print and peel and put the labels on that will auto scroll through their e-commerce, we take care of everything. We have the integration affiliates. We have quite a few, 5 to 10. And we just pick the affiliate based on their needs and based on the customer's needs.
Awesome.
Ron, would you be able to speak a little bit to, sorry, I think Tasha, I think you might be muted. Looks like you were going to say something.
Yes, I was just saying, even if they don't have an e-commerce platform, some people use just word of mouth to get their product out there to the public. So we have means of assisting them in that manner.
Yeah.
We use an affiliate pipeline where we work with, we've vetted many of these affiliates. We've offered them deep discounts who then pass those discounts on to the small business owners, like Evan Holiday, or Angela Hawkins, or any one of your small businesses in your group there. These affiliate relationships benefit the customer. And it allows them to not only be able to ship out with discounted or commercial-based pricing, but they can do a lot of other things with that software, in that they can coordinate their marketing around products that sell in best based upon the shipping. They can have automatic email sent to their customers with the tracking number. So there's a lot of nice features. And when they go through us, representatives, either myself, Tasha, or Sanford, they get the discount, not only the discount, but there is then no monthly service charge on those affiliates. But if the customer goes, your tenants in your facility there, they go through one of these affiliates by themselves, they're typically going to be charged a monthly fee of, I think it's right around $29.99 a month. Going through us, after we vetted them, we pass it on to the affiliate. They get them set up, they get them processing, and it's a very beneficial relationship, not only for the customer but for the postal service as well.
And to piggyback off of Jeff and Tasha, not only do they help facilitate the demo, they actually help them connect the printer, connect the scanner, everything, how to add the ACH payment information, how to print the labels, how to add their inventory, the dimensions. So it's almost seamless. And to Tasha's point, if all they're doing is social media, Instagram, Facebook Marketplace, no website at all, we can still accommodate them. So we're pretty much, there's no limit to what we can do right now. That's why, to Ron's point, we are a hidden secret, because nobody really knows we have this capability. Since COVID, we can do this from home seamlessly. And it's only gotten better.
As well as helping them with getting supplies as far as priority mail boxes, envelopes.
Yes, absolutely. We can order mass orders. You can order on USPS.com. We give them the number to do bulk, because say you're 100 packages a week now, you go viral and you're doing 1,000 a week. We guide them toward ordering maybe 3,000 you have a 2-month supply. And that way, if there is a backlog, we first in, last out, FIFO, LIFO, we have a lot of different discussions, maybe outside our normal realm, but we're there to help.
Awesome.
So like someone could explain to you, you could almost act as a consultant. I think someone said that earlier, described themselves that way. So if our members, came to y'all with the types of packaging that or I guess more the types of product that they're using, you could recommend some packaging for them based on either amount, quantity, or just size in general. Like, hey, try this other mailer, it might be a little bit cheaper, et cetera.
Yes, we can
Absolutely.
certainly do that and help that customer out, be able to guide them down the road to help reduce their cost of their shipping.
Great.
A perfect example was yesterday. I had an hour conversation. A lady who has macaws, wonderful birds, has a cleaner, wants to get it going. She has the bottle, the sprayer, the product, has never put it together. I walked through every box size, every option, her margins, while still including shipping. And we ended up with an A1 box that would allow her to still have the bubble wrap and the padding and aluminum metal seal and all these different regulations. And we got to an agreement. So.
Good job.
Yeah, I love that because it's kind of piggybacks on Tevin's question of like, how can I get lower rates? Well, it's not just about, this is this thing, I want it for cheaper. It's like, no, we're going to like walk you through the process and really help think about how you can make it more efficient and everything. So I love that. In relation to kind of being a consultant in that way, are there other types of softwares or things like that would benefit our members? I know, Ron, we had talked kind of about like scanning and things like that. Could you speak to that?
I think that's what they were referring to with the affiliates.
Okay.
There's a lot of softwares out there. Good Lord, there's probably thousands of them. But no matter what software you have, there's usually only 4 entities on the back end. There's a Stamps, Indicia, there's a Pitney Bowes, and then there's Shippo has their own now, and there's one I'm missing. But most of them, no matter what software, one of those entities are on the back end, and Stamps, Indicia represents probably the bulk of them.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we're going to do,
Jenny,
and we're going to try and roll this out. Sorry.
Jenny, did you say the last one?
Oh, it was Easy Post, right, Ron?
Easy
You
Post,
got me.
there
I
you
was
go.
going to say it first.
Easy Post. That's right. Easy Post. They just teamed up with one of the softwares. They're the back end. Yeah, so that would be the other one. Even if the people that utilize Shopify shipping, it still says Indicia on it. So they're the back end of the majority of the e-commerce platforms. But one of the things that the team in front that we have right here can do, and we're going to do it starting next week in Dallas, is we're going to have a Stamps Indicia rep here at the facility to answer questions for customers who have that. And then maybe next month we'll bring Shippo, and then the next month we'll bring, you see what I'm saying? Because we have those relationships. They want to talk to you just as much as you need to talk to them. These are great conversations. And, I think that all of us are probably well-versed in most of the softwares, but I personally wouldn't call myself an expert. I probably couldn't talk majority of the language that they speak, but they would be the best people to have to answer those questions. So that's another, avenue that you guys, that your members have going through us, is we're going to introduce you to every stakeholder we can possibly get in front of you to make your business successful. Right?
Yeah. Great. And I would love to invite anyone on the Atlanta team here to Saltbox. In Atlanta, we're on the Upper West Side. I think it'd be really helpful for y'all to just see how we operate, and then of course meet with some of the members. A lot of our members are just shipping such massive quantities, and they don't always fulfill every day. And so because of that, they'll do like, hundreds on one day that'll go out, and they're in the Gaylord bins. So oftentimes it'll be like all of their product, 100 to 200, I mean, sometimes even more than that in like the bag. So like individual packages, like in the large post office bag, and then like in the box. So it's I think a pain point for a lot of members has been that like not all those items are scanned because they're so much and they're in a big giant bag. So I know that's something that a lot of our members would love to chat with y'all about if you're able to come on. about just some
You know,
better efficiency.
one point, Leslie, with that, it's critical that when that customer does their end of day on that software, that they're following through with creating that scan form. And the scan form will always have a barcode at the very bottom. So if that customer ships out 50 packages, those 50 tracking numbers will be linked to that one scan barcode. So if that's being provided to our carrier when he makes the pickup, and it could be 50 customers, they have 50 scan barcodes, all he has to do is scan that into his pickup in his scanner, and all those packages then get uplinked as pickup, and it shows a pickup scan versus waiting a day before it gets that scan through our facility. So it's crucial with that as well, ensuring that the customers provide the carrier with those scan forms. It helps them be able to keep track of their packages, knowing where they're at in our system at all times. Otherwise, if we don't have those scan forms, we can't physically go in and continually scan those packages. There's just too many of them, and that carrier has other areas he has to pick up. So providing that scan form is crucial.
Yeah, that's great to know. And when y'all do come by, I'd love for you to like make an assessment of how our setup is currently.
Right.
I don't know if it's even the right way. You know, there might be better ways that kind of enable our drivers or the people at the location when they drop off to really make sure that it's, you know, getting where it needs to go as fast as it can. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct. And also another point. Oh, I'm sorry, Ron.
No, you can go ahead.
On that scan form, this is critical, and I try to tell every one of my businesses, once you hit that scan form, you may have to have a corral area because you may still be processing packages. If you throw additional packages in that bin that are not on that scan form, they do not get that initial acceptance scan. They're in the box. The carrier scans it, but they get nothing. And then the business owner gets the calls. You didn't really ship it. There's a delay at the plant. They might get a scan 24 hours later, and then they want a reshipment or a refund. And then it becomes a consumer call effect. So we can limit those calls, limit those situations. We'll come out and we'll work on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I was going to say
you're talking about is the shipment confirmation acceptance notice, PS form. I believe it's 5630.
Yeah, so at your facility, Leslie, I believe you guys are getting the actual transportation from like an 18-wheeler or a tractor trailer.
Right.
We're probably going to have to coordinate with you in maybe getting a folder or something to give the driver, because drivers, I don't know about in your town, but here in Dallas, they don't have scanners. So we're going to have to coordinate with them and the dock expediter to make sure that when they get to the dock, those scans are actually scanned at the dock. Okay,
Yeah,
here we just have collections, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. Thank you, Ron.
One of the other things I was going to mention as far as creating the scan forms, and I think you and I touched on it yesterday, some of the softwares don't allow you to create a scan form, like Shopify is one of the perpetrators of that. So any of your customers that use Shopify to ship, it's there because it's convenient, right? But Shopify is not a shipping company. They're in the business of hosting an e-commerce site. So I recommend that customers get another software, whether it's stamps.com, ShipStation, any other software to plug in around their Shopify shipping. You're going to get the same rates. And actually, it's probably going to save you money because you're not assessed the fees that Shopify assesses you based on how much you do. A lot like Jeffrey said earlier, most of them, the software is actually free. So you'll actually save that money, and it'll give you the same rates, and it'll allow you to create scan forms. Not only that, one of the things, and I can't remember the guy who was asking about the discounts, that conversation about your data, Shopify is not going to allow you to do that. Now, they'll tell you how much you spent in a month in dollars, and they may even tell you spent this much in priority, but it doesn't break it down, whereas another software would break it down into that package level detail like we were talking about. So, I mean, Shopify is great. It's a great place to host. It has everything. It's kind of like an all-in-one, but I'm of the mindset that I want to have people doing the jobs that they do best Shopify hosts a website best. One of our other softwares, they're in the shipping business. So I would like to have an expert doing that part of my business. And, you know, in a small business, every penny counts and it adds up. And if you can cut $1 here and there, that could be the difference between your business making it to the next month. It could be the difference between it getting to the next level, whatever it may be. And those are the kind of things that we want to give you, that information. We want your business to be successful. It's good for you. It's good for us. It's good for the country. You know, the post office is the country. You know, the 600,000 employees that work for the post office. We're just like you. Several of us on here have our own, you know, e-commerce sites. We have the same struggles. And we want to be there for you guys from the day that you sign up here at this lovely Saltbox with Katie until the day you're so big that you have to get your own Saltbox size business, you know? So that's what we're here for.
Thank you. Angela says, do you guys have a software app that you prefer or that you could recommend? Or
It's based on the business need and the conversation. Without knowing their needs, what their Shopify, their e-commerce platform is and what they're doing, what softwares will integrate. We just have to have the conversation.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. That's what I use. And usually what I'll do is I will introduce them to the software entities. And I preface it by saying, hey, I'm an expert at this. They're an expert at that. Because the last thing I want to do is say, hey, go with this software. And it's absolutely not what you need, right? Or it has something, that it has something that's causing your process to be longer or delayed, or it doesn't give you the right kind of data upload, whatever it may be. So I'm a believer in, I'm staying in my lane and I'm going to give you the guys who are good at this and they'll stay, you know, so that's the way I look at it. I will tell you this, if you have any e-commerce shippers out of your facility that are using Amazon to ship, which means they have been invited to use Amazon software or they're using Poshmark. Those are the best, they are getting the best rates that are out there, and those are the best ways to go for them. So all of these, you know, any of these other softwares are not gonna give them any benefit over those two entities. So if they're doing Amazon, they're fulfilling on Amazon shipping, or they're using Poshmark, that's the way they need to go. Because I've seen a couple of customers here that utilize Poshmark. You can't touch what they're offering. So
I'm a small business owner myself.
Yeah. So yeah, you absolutely stick with what you're doing. Absolutely.
Good to know. Do we have any other questions on the line? Okay, I think we're good. I think, you know, next steps will just be continuing our relationship with y'all. I'm so grateful that we finally connected and we can connect you with some of our members.
Absolutely.
Leslie, I have a question. So the customers today from the Atlanta, is there any way they can put their information on the chat box so that way the Atlanta team can reach out? And also it's a great way for them to go out there and visit the customers.
Sure. Are the panelists all able to see the chat box down below? If you are, Tevin Holiday entered his information and then Angela is right below him. Are y'all able to see that?
I am trying to.
Okay. Jeff, how about you?
Yeah, I got it.
Tasha, you're good?
Yes.
Okay.
Would you prefer we do that, Leslie, or do you want to be our liaison and you email us as we go?
Either way, I was going to say I'm happy to also connect y'all, you know, but, you know, since they were on the call, I think most efficient thing will be for y'all just to reach out to them directly. Yeah.
That'll be fine. They'll go ahead and do that.
Great.
16.
Awesome, you guys. Well, thank you again. Angela just said we get first dibs.
Hey, Leslie.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to mention that for anybody that's from Dallas that's on the call. So next week you guys are in for a treat. We're going to have the Southern Area Director of Retail and Delivery here in your facility. So just to put that in perspective, there's 5 areas in the whole country. And one of them, the biggest area is here in Southern, and he's going to be here in the building. We're going to have a couple of other dignitaries, so to speak, here. And then, of course, we're going to have the Stamps and Disha rep. So I encourage everybody that's on here from Dallas to please come out on the 16th. We're going to have snacks, maybe a raffle, you know, things of that nature. And that way you can get a chance to meet some of the people up the chain.
Can I fly in?
And then, yeah, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna take picture with all these people, and we're gonna challenge the Atlanta, you know, area to do the same thing. And then, of course, we're gonna have our 2 pictures when we talk to Seattle, and we're just gonna grow it. And eventually, it's gonna be like a whole scrapbook of all these great interactions that we've had, you know, as you guys open up. So,
love it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, y'all have an awesome afternoon.
Thank you, Georgia team. Thank you, Leslie. It was great meeting you, kind of in person.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Likewise. And
Yeah,
I'll connect with the Georgia team offline to get you guys into our space here in Atlanta.
Yeah. Thank
Awesome.
you. Appreciate it.
Thanks.